Here's the engine oil change procedure for a Autozam AZ-1 or Suzuki Cara. So you can see here, this is the top of the engine. Got the hood open, and I think the oil fill cap is in a kind of stupid spot for this, but you know, what can you do? It is what it is. So finagle the cap out of there. Put it aside. Don't lose it like I always lose everything. Now let's get to the underside of the vehicle and find that oil drain plug. Underneath the car, you'll see this. That's your oil pan with the oil drain plug. Now hopefully, with that plug angled out this way, it's not just going to spray oil everywhere, but I'm prone to make messes, so I'm gonna prepare for that. Looks like somebody decided to Hulk this on. Let me take the bolt, break it loose first, put this under here, and then I should be able to remove this by hand. Oh, that's not bad. It's pretty good. Fairly straightforward. Not too violent. I've had cars where you take that out and with the plug being angled like that, it just shoots out like a foot and you get oil everywhere if you were not prepared for that. I'm gonna have to let this drain for a bit. I'll come back later. Here we are under the car. Right up there's the turbo. There's the exhaust manifold. The oil filter sits between the AC compressor and this springy looking thing. The underside is like this. I'm gonna pinch this, remove that, and then get that clear so that way I'm gonna put one of those forma funnels under here. So when it drains, hopefully I can just perfectly drain it down without getting it all over here. Woo! Almost dropped the camera. Now, I don't have that particular oil filter tool. I'm gonna use one of these universal clamp things. I've had pretty good luck using these in all my vehicles. Small setting. Oh, I see. I see how it is. The space for this, or the space for the oil filter, is smaller than my tool here. Nothing is easy. This is what I was talking about. I gotta get the tool up there and then kind of tilt it into place. Get it in here in this groove, but I think my tool's too big for this little oil filter. I can't get a good grip on it to turn it. It just slips. And it normally like grabs the filter, kind of crushes it a little bit, but that's how it gets all that grip to turn it. And looks like I am screwed right now. There's always the destructive method. It's never the preferred method, but right now I don't have one of those tools and I don't want to wait till tomorrow to do this. I guess I will have to invest in one of those little oil filter wrenches. It is what it is, right? My forma funnel, it's one of these like green things that you can bend to flex into position and be able to drain stuff relatively neatly. At least that's the idea. With this in place, I'm ready to go all the way and make a mess. Of course, with this thing in place, I can't efficiently stab the side of the filter. I guess I am destined to make a mess. Alright, lesson learned here. Get an oil filter wrench. Alright. As you can see, I got the screwdriver through there, through the bottom. Should give me enough to turn this. Ah, there we go, it turned. I'm not screwed. Okay. It's a really awkward angle to do this. All right, I did it. Nothing a little violence could never solve. Mr. Mallet always solves your problems. Now remember, just buy an oil filter tool so you don't have to do it like that and destroy stuff. One of these days I'll use that forma funnel. I bought that thing with all these intentions to not make a mess when I do an oil filter change and stuff. It never works out that way. I suppose with the proper tool, the socket tool, I could actually use it. Hey, maybe next time. All right, new filter time. What I like to do is I take a dabble of the old oil, or just any oil, and I like to lubricate the gasket just a bit, just like that. Then I put the new filter in. So if I can still turn it by hand, it's not tight enough. Remember to put the hose back, otherwise you're gonna have oil everywhere. Put the clip on first, slip the hose over. Remember to put this hose back. Just goes right over like that. And the clip can just go so now make sure the hose is tight. It's really hard to do this with the camera. Place the drain plug, clean up the little dribble, the drain plug back. Alright, so I went out, picked up this little oil filter wrench. This is the 65mm 14 flute one, and I used it. Fits perfectly fine on that Wix filter I got. You can actually get at it from back here. I put it in here like that and get it in there and tighten it. Time to fill up the oil. This car takes 3 liters when you change the filter and 2.8 liters if you don't. Oh shit, I spilled oil everywhere. Pathetic. That's what I needed to do, right?
You blithering idiots!
Off the spills. Place the oil cap. Ow. With just a small amount of mess, you're all done.